Today we're talking about the best OTC disks for high volume crypto execution in 2026, right? So this is an OTC disk comparison. We're really talking about 9 platforms here that you can move more than $1 million without making impacts on the market, right? So crypto market structure is very important, and OTC disks actually enable large scale trades. Effectively, they really matter because at the end of the day, most platforms have thin liquidity, right? Then there's no slippage protection on some of these platforms, and there's always counterparty risks, right? So at the end of the day, if you're maybe a full service institutional desk or a high net worth client, you want to use platforms that are reliable. Recently, we heard about someone trying to do a swap to an Aave token, and I think it was a $5 million swap or something. Don't quote me on that, but I think they lost a lot of money, ended up with 50K worth of tokens because of a slippage and the fact that there weren't protections they put in place. So if you are a high level, high net worth individual who wants to trade, or an institutional fund that wants to trade big amounts, you need to understand how OTC desks work, because this is where you get the liquidity with low slippage and really without impacting the market in a way that is detrimental to what you're trying to execute. So without wasting any time, let's talk about it. First on our list is Kraken OTC, really the best for regulated US and EU institutional flows here. Minimum 100K, standard 1 million plus, where you can get preferred pricing, assets over 40 plus, BTC, ETH, Sol, XRP, stable coins, right? Pricing is 5 to 15 BPS tighter for $5 million plus, right? They've got RFQ via chat and API. Settlement is T+0 instant pretty much, and segregated custody 95% plus cold wallet storage. So regulated in the US with FinCEN, in the EU under the BaFin, in the UK the FCA. No proprietary trading conflict. The risk profile is definitely conservative, and no lending exposure. Kraken OTC is definitely the top one. The link is in the description if you want to get started. Then you've got Binance Institutional OTC, really the best for global liquidity depth. Altcoin block trades as well. Minimum 200K crypto to crypto, 100K crypto fiat. Over 300 plus tokens, the deepest out liquidity globally. Pricing 3 to 10 BPS for majors, and 15 to 30 for mid caps. Real-time streaming quotes as well. Settlement T+0 via Binance custody or external wallets, right? So the edge is that 2.4 billion insurance fund backstop, the 24/7 global coverage. Singapore, Dubai, LATAM, regulatory restrictions in certain jurisdictions like the US and Canada. Non-US entities only are able to use the platform. So that's a Binance institutional desk. And then you've got Coinbase Prime, really the best for US institutions that are requiring custody integration. Minimum 100K OTC, 1 million plus, where you get the white glove service here. 200 plus assets. Focus on liquid major pairs, right, at 8 to 20 BPS. Transparent per trade quotes as well. Direct integration with prime financing, and compliance, strict KYC, AML, a bit license holder in New York. So yeah, those are the tier 1 platforms. And you've got the tier 2, which are the high volume specialized desks like OKX OTC, best for derivatives, delta hedging, also Asian market hours. Minimum 100K, assets 150 plus, spot plus perp hedging as well, 5 to 12 BPS spot. Combined spot futures packages available as well. Unified trading accounts allow obviously instant hedging, post block trade, 24/7 Mandarin English coverage as well. APEC liquidity leader. Then you've got HTX VIP, formerly Wabi. Best for competitive pricing in Asian corridors. Minimum is 50K. VIP tiers at a million plus monthly volume. Assets 100 plus. And you've got pricing for the 15 BPS volume based rebates, and settlement is very quick as well. Deep USDT liquidity there. And Bitstamp institutional, sixth on our list, right? EU regulatory certainty, conservative treasury, minimum deals 250K, 80 plus assets, curated liquidity list, and pricing 10 to 25 BPS for premium for compliance. Then you've got the tier 3 platforms, prime brokers and market makers here. Galaxy Digital, full service prime brokerage, 10 million plus. Plus, if you're a client that has that volume, minimum is $1 million in OTC, right? So this is where the big whales do the big trades. Pricing 5 to 20 BPS, bilateral credit, and settlement T+0 to qualified custody. Fidelity Digital Assets, Coinbase as well. The edge here is lending and borrowing against portfolio structured products as well. And then eighth is a B2C2 24/7 algorithmic execution with tight spreads, minimum deals 100K, 50K gold backed tokens, assets 50 plus. Okay, so also the edge here is continuous streaming pricing via API, a microsecond execution. The ninth on our list is Cumberland, which is the last one we're touching on today. DRW, best for institutional block trades, traditional finance integration, minimum deals 250K, retail facing, 5 million plus institutional desk as well, 30 assets, 2 to 10 BPS, tightest majors in the industry, I think, when it comes to pricing. Settlement very quick. Fidelity, BitGo, self-custody. Edge is really the legacy trade file risk management there. So those are the 9 OTC desks that you can tap in. The links are all down below, man. Get started and do it big. Peace.